My name is Seth Crow, and I am the sound designer for Our Country's Good. Our Country's Good, first and foremost, it's about the first passage of the British fleet with many convicts on board to Australia, and therefore it's about the founding of what we now call Australia. And it is also it's really about theater, and I feel like it's a show about power of theater and how theater can affect social groups. The sound design concept is not particularly complicated. It is a collaboration between myself and two professors from the music department, Christopher Smith and Roger Landis, in the sense that they're sort of composing original music for the show, which will feature most prominently as an overture, and then possibly as some music at the end. And then what I'm going to do in part is kind of take apart and deconstruct some of the parts that formed the overture and use that as and treat it a little bit and use that as transitional music. I will also just be creating ambient sound cues that sort of help locate us in a certain time in a certain place. What we talked about is having the overture kind of do several things. One of them is that it's sort of representing the moment before the play starts, which is essentially like a very long ship journey. A pretty interesting journey if you think about it, that there was like 11 ships with a combination of various levels of British society, admirals and captains of the ship and all of that, and sort of the authority figures, and then also hundreds of convicts on board. And then so the overture is kind of giving us a sort of a feeling of that trip over, both in terms of, I guess, the mood and the feeling of a long trip, but then also specifically Roger and Chris kind of referenced certain musical styles that represent kind of where different groups of people that are on those ships come from. In terms of folk music, they're using bits of folk music from different parts of Europe, trying to work with prisoners, prisoners, to put on a play, and how that affects the prisoners and how it gives them a sense of purpose and allows them to kind of, in a way, find themselves and also just distract themselves from the really bleak reality that they're in, which is that they're prisoners. Because theater tends to be a group effort that really brings a lot of people together in order to produce a show, it takes a big amount of collaboration, and so it really shows that collaboration happening among very diverse groups of people. Please come and see Our Country's Good on the main stage at Texas Tech. The dates are May 4th through 7th.